Okay, let's dive right into this explainer and address the elephant in the room from the get-go. Getting an entry-level job at Google, statistically speaking, it's actually harder than getting accepted into Harvard. It is literally one of the most fiercely competitive achievements in the tech world. So today, we're breaking down the insider's blueprint to navigating Google's legendary Hiring Gauntlet. And we're going to focus specifically on their elite, highly compensated entry-level programs, the ones that surprisingly don't necessarily require you to write production code every single day. To put this competition into perspective, over 3 million applications pour into Google every single year. 3 million! But they maintain a remarkably low 0.2% acceptance rate. That fraction of a percent acts as the ultimate filter in this high-stakes game. They don't just want good candidates, they are meticulously searching for the absolute best problem solvers who can navigate extreme ambiguity. So, you might be wondering, why on earth would you put yourself through such a rigorous, demanding process?
Well, here is your answer. Because putting yourself through this gauntlet is completely worth it. As you can see, entry-level, or what Google calls L3, total compensation packages are absolutely staggering. And remember, this isn't just your base salary we're talking about. Total comp includes performance bonuses and some very lucrative stock equity that vests over 4 years. For instance, look at the Cloud Technical Residency. That can push nearly $200,000 in total compensation for a new graduate. No way, right? But Google allocates this massive capital because these technical, non-coding professionals are strategically vital. They literally bridge the gap between deep engineering teams and external business stakeholders.
All right, let's move right into Section 1, Elite Pathways to Google. This is all about securing your golden ticket. So, if you're an early career professional or a fresh graduate with deep technical literacy, structured rotational programs offer you incredible leverage without forcing you to sit at a desk and write code all day. The two most coveted golden tickets here are the legendary 24-month Associate Product Manager, or APM program, and the highly specialized 12-month Cloud Technical Residency, or CTR. Now, both of these provide exceptional on-the-job training, but their day-to-day realities are actually very different.
The APM program is, frankly, legendary at this point. It was created back in 2002 by Marissa Mayer, and it acts as this elite incubator that fast-tracks fresh graduates into future product leaders. You don't just stay stuck on one team either. You actually complete 2 distinct 12-month rotations on massive global products. Think search, YouTube, or AI. You're given genuine ownership from day one. Plus, it comes with executive coaching, a tight-knit peer cohort, and, get this, an exclusive 2-week international trip designed to study how different global cultures interact with technology. It's essentially a fast pass to tech leadership.
On the flip side, if you lean heavily towards cloud infrastructure and client interaction, the Cloud Technical Residency is your path. Think of it as a rapid, highly intensive 12-month acceleration into becoming a trusted cloud advisor. You kick things off with 3 months of pure technical instruction on Google Cloud Platform fundamentals. Then, you level up by rotating through technical solutions engineering to debug critical issues, followed by customer engineering for pre-sales architecture, and you wrap up with professional services for hands-on deployment.
Okay, so you know the paths. Section 2, the interview timeline. Let's look at your roadmap to the offer.
Once you choose your path and hit submit on that application, you really have to mentally prepare yourself for the actual gauntlet. The typical journey takes about 4 to 8 weeks. You'll start with a quick 30-minute recruiter screen just to check your basic alignment. If you pass that, you face a 45 to 60-minute technical phone screen. Survive that one, and you enter the core of the process, the on-site or virtual interview loop in weeks 3 and 4. After that, your packet goes to the hiring committee, and finally into team matching. But keep in mind, that final team matching phase can sometimes drag this boss battle out to 12 weeks or more, depending entirely on open headcount. Wait, actually scratch that. Before you even get to speak to a human in those interviews, there is a massive hurdle: the online assessments. These act as a brutal first filter, instantly knocking out 50 to 80% of all applicants. Just like that. Depending on your role, this could be a timed coding challenge, a numerical reasoning test, or a situational judgment questionnaire. It's basically an automated way for Google to manage those millions of applications we talked about, so mastering these initial online tests is absolutely crucial to keeping your dream alive. Moving on to Section 3, Surviving the Gauntlet. Let's talk about the 4 signals. Okay, so let's say you survive those initial tests and the phone screens. Awesome. You enter the on-site loop. Here, interviewers are hunting for 4 very specific signals to see if you belong at Google. First is role-related knowledge, or RRK, which tests your actual technical depth and craft for the specific job. Next is general cognitive ability. Then comes leadership, and here they look for emergent leadership, meaning you step up when the team needs you, but you also know exactly when to step back and let others lead. Finally, you have the famous Googleyness interview, which evaluates your cultural fit, intellectual humility, and your collaborative nature.
Now, I have to warn you, a super common trap catches so many candidates off guard here. The general cognitive ability round often has absolutely nothing to do with the job you actually applied for. No, really, it's designed to test how your brain handles completely unfamiliar, open-ended puzzles. You might be applying for a product role and get asked to design a traffic system for a brand new city. They aren't looking for the right traffic answer. They want to see your framework, your structured thinking, and how you break down massive, ambiguous problems out loud.
Which brings us to Section 4, the final bosses, hiring committees, and team matching.
So, you've passed the online tests, you absolutely nailed the 4 signals in your interviews, and your recruiters are thrilled. But guess what? Passing the interviews doesn't actually mean you get the job yet. Unique to Google, your hiring manager doesn't make the final call. Instead, an independent hiring committee comprised of senior Google employees who have literally never met you reviews your entire interview packet blindly. They look at your resume, your test scores, and the written feedback from your interviewers. Why? To completely eliminate individual bias and maintain a perfectly consistent hiring bar across the entire company. It really is like a Supreme Court for your career. Once that independent hiring committee finally gives you the green light, you enter the team match phase. Think of this as kind of like a mutual dating process. You're going to meet with 3 to 5 different hiring managers across the company. Your goal is to identify a team that not only has an open headcount, but actively aligns with your specific skills and career goals. Only after both you and a manager look at each other and agree it's a perfect fit does that highly lucrative L3 offer finally get signed, sealed, and delivered. It is a long, demanding, and incredibly rigorous journey. But, having this insider blueprint completely shifts the odds in your favor. You now know exactly how the elite entry-level programs operate, the reality of the insane compensation waiting at the end, and the exact steps to survive the dreaded hiring committee. The bar is set incredibly high, for sure, and the journey is grueling. So the ultimate question isn't just whether you can survive the gauntlet. It's which elite pathway will you choose to conquer first.